Hello, and welcome to RIME Entertainment Showcase with your hosts, Rita and Mel.
Hi guys, welcome to RIME Entertainment Showcase for May 2020. Summer's here in the UK, it's nice and sunny.
And we do love May.
We do love May, especially this one.
Yeah.
I actually think her spiritual birth month is in May. She gets a little bit crazy.
No, I get spontaneous.
She gets spendy. Okay.
Anyway, back to the show.
For this month, we've got a sister duo, Hillary and Anna
Just
Shakespeare.
like us.
Yeah, just like us, another sister duo. We had to interview these two ladies about their first movie, Soundtrack to 16, and also about their second movie that's coming out soon. It's in post-production, Much Ado.
Yeah.
So, I mean, another inspirational interview.
Yeah, definitely.
For those two young ladies coming out of studies and going straight into filmmaking. Absolutely great.
Doing what they're passionate about and just going for it, which
Yeah.
is what our interviews are all about, encouraging you to live your dreams.
And make the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so without further ado, let's just go to the trailer of their new film, Soundtrack to 16, which is out on iTunes, Amazon, all independent retailers, online retailers that is. Check out the trailer and shortly the interviews to follow.
Enjoy.
Bye.
It's just, it always ends up like this, doesn't it? And it's just us, just the two of us embarrassing ourselves. We're 16, it's just sad.
You haven't kissed anyone. I've kissed 3 boys.
This is our problem. We're just not cool.
Or is it? We're just too hot.
I'm serious, guys. We never get invited to parties. People don't say hi to us in the corridors. And lately, sometimes people even call me a geek to my face. And for what? I'm not stupid. It's fine. I don't need to study.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Are you wearing pajamas?
Yes.
Sorry, Maisie, there's not really room in the bed. You have to sleep on the floor.
I've actually fallen out with all my friends. And my sister.
A long toilet queue.
I know. Actually, alcohol inhibits the chemical in the kidneys that cause the reabsorption of water from the loop of Henle, so that if you drink more, you get more liquid passing through your body, and basically people pee more at parties and stuff.
Oh.
Okay, welcome everyone to our special Guest of the Month segment of RIME Entertainment Showcase. Today we have another sister duo, so it's not just us two you're putting up with. We've got another sister duo on Zoom today. So I'd like to introduce you to Hillary and Anna Shakespeare of Shakespeare Sister Films. Welcome to the show.
I'm Anna. I'm Hillary. Yeah, so you know which one.
Love you. Okay, so I mean, you've had your first film out already, and I know you guys are excited. We're definitely excited for you. But one of the things we'd like to ask you about is about your childhood, growing up in London, and your journey into film.
Should I start? Yeah, go on. Okay, so I was born in Suffolk, and so I had my early childhood in Suffolk, and that was really nice. And then we moved to London, I guess when Anna was quite little, and so my main memories of London are my teenage years, which are kind of actually what went into the film a lot. So in a way, it's quite a good description of what it was like for me growing up in London. So I don't know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and how we got into film. Yeah, we've always it's been something we've done together. So we never really made anything like without each other. And yeah, when we were younger, it was like we just did it as a game all the time. And then we had this fantasy of like, when one of us graduates, like the first one to graduate, we'll make a film company. And then we didn't quite follow that because we like just did some other things in between. But then
I kept going back, so I never really. And I graduated once, and then I did a master's, and then I was like, I'll do a PhD, and then I quit that.
So that like took slightly longer than like we had, in our fantasies we planned. But then then when I graduated, we formed Shakespeare Sisters, and we'd started filming Soundtrack 16 before then. But yeah, so we kind of got into it as something we did together, and that was kind of,
it's kind of just like the thing we did to play. Like every time I had friends over, we were like, well, you're making a film with us. So.
Oh, that sounds great.
When did you realise that it was actually starting to progress into a career? I mean, did it just evolve and then you just started making contacts, or did you actually make a decision and say, yeah, shall we do this? What actually happened?
Yeah, it was quite a firm decision actually, because I decided to quit my PhD to do film. So I'd been doing a PhD in robotics for almost 4 years. And then Anna had like just finished her undergrad. So she was like, shall I get another job? Because we'd always talked about how we wanted to do film. And I, in theory, should have been finishing my PhD quite soon then. And we were like, we'll do film then. But then I felt like it was dragging on. And I could tell, like, the more I was doing my PhD, the more I knew that I didn't want to go into robotics as my real job.
Yeah.
So
she was also like making the film in the lab.
Yeah.
So it was like
I was always like editing on the sly. So
yeah.
it was quite like a definite like, I need to am I going to do robotics or am I going to do film? And it was quite a scary decision, but then
and also when we shot the film, which was before Hillary did her PhD, it's kind of a weird timeline, but that was also like it was when Hillary took a year out, so it was kind of like, we're going to take a year to make this film when we started, so that was also quite like a big decision then.
Yeah, that was I made the same decision twice.
Yeah.
At first I was like, I got
scared, and then did it again.
I finished physics and I was like, oh, I don't want to do physics, so I'll do film. We shot Soundtrack 16, and then I started trying to do my PhD while we were doing the post-production. And then I was like, nope, definitely back to film.
Yeah, you have to definitely just go with what your passion is. Because otherwise you'll find 10 years down the line, you're still either in robotics and you're just like, I really need to make this film, you know. Yeah, totally. So you mentioned your undergraduate program that you took. What subject was that, Anna?
I did German.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's mostly literature.
Okay.
And we were studying at the same time for a bit, so that was quite nice because we were kind of editing the film, or like doing the music for the film when we lived together at university. So that worked quite well.
Yeah.
And then it was when I finished that we were like, we got the like drive to actually finish the whole thing.
So in terms of like putting it all together, and did you have friends that were already in the sort of filmmaking arena, or did you have to sort of like do much more networking? How did you get the crew together to make the film?
So for Soundtrack 16, actually, the other guy that we produced it with, called Ben Jakes, he was already in the film industry, so this was like the first film that he produced as like an actual producer.
Yeah,
but
he'd done like line producing before, I think.
Yeah, and so he kind of had quite a lot of connections. So it was mostly all his friends that made up the crew. So that was great. And I kind of knew him because I'd done like some work experience ages ago. So I met him like in my gap year, even before I started uni. So yeah, it was really thanks to him that we put the crew together.
He was like the only person we knew, and like we just got all our information from him at like every stage, which is quite cool because he's always like had a lot of information to give us. So it was just him for a while.
Yeah, it was like our one person we knew that went into film, and we were like, okay, so do you want to make this film with us?
Yeah, so it's kind of like having almost like a mentor as well.
Yeah.
That's really helpful. So with Soundtrack to 16, you had a premiere at London, the London Independent Film Festival. Tell us about that. What was the buzz like? How did it make you feel? Like, I bet you that must have been quite an accomplishment there.
Yeah, it's really scary. We worked really hard to like advertise it a lot beforehand. So we really wanted to open to like a big audience, and it was the first time we'd ever like really been to a festival, so we didn't even really know what was going to happen. So we pushed really hard, and we kind of filled the cinema, which was really exciting. So it was like a really great buzz.
Yeah.
But it was like terrifying because also we invited like everyone we knew. So on the day, everyone kept being like, "How are you feeling? How are you feeling?" And I kept being like, "Oh yes, really excited."
Yeah,
and
I
then
think
someone
people
would, like,
want you to be like happy and not stressed, but you're obviously going to be stressed.
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah,
midst of it, and you're so worried about what everyone thinks. And then they're like, "This must be your big day. You'll be so happy." And I'm like, "Yeah."
It was like so many people to manage because like everyone that came, it was like, maybe like 300 people we knew like a lot of them, so they were all like, yeah, what do you like? I don't know. They all had, you had to like greet them all individually. I just remember feeling like the main takeaway was like that was a lot of people to know in one room.
What was your name again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going off of that, because where you said you had a lot of people that you knew that came to the premiere, like for me, if I've got people that I know and I'm, say, performing in front of them or even leading a presentation, I get really nervous in front of people that I know. But then in front of strangers, it's brilliant. Like, I can just do it because I probably will never see them again, or it doesn't matter. How does that feel for you? Did you feel that more nerve-wracking, or what? How was that?
Yeah, I think that was like I'd much rather be in a cinema full of people who didn't know me.
Yeah, the Q&A I think was the hardest bit of that because we were being asked questions kind of. Well, I mean, I was going to say as if we were real filmmakers, which now I consider that we are, but like because it was our first one, it sort of felt a bit like we were like pretending. It felt.
Yeah, and I think it's weird because if you're in front of your friends and someone asks you like a serious question, you don't really want to answer it seriously because you feel like people are going to think you're kind of like taking the piss if you're like, it's one of my filmmaking days, so you kind of
just... I was dreaming this up, you don't want to sound pretentious in front of your friends,
like... But then my friend at the end was like, yeah, you kind of sounded like you hated yourself a bit. And I was like, oh shit, okay, I've got to not do that. So yeah, I think it's I do think it's harder in front of people,
Yeah, it went a bit better. We did it again. So we had a kind of we were starting our like small cinema tour before Corona hit. So we'd only got 2 screenings in, but the first one of that I think went smoother for us because we were kind of
I think first of all we done it people we didn't know as well.
Yeah,
and and I think we just got a bit good at it. We're used to it.
Because I remember that Q&A, I didn't feel as like self-conscious. And then the next screening after that, we actually didn't watch the film with people, which was really nice.
Oh, that
we
was
just, like,
so
sat
glorious!
In the bar while everyone else was watching one for the Q&A, which was like, quite a breakthrough. Because the other 2 times we watched it with everyone, and we were like holding hands, like, oh my god, what if they hate it?
I can imagine. Yeah.
So, how would you describe your genre in like the filmmaking that you do? What's your genre?
So I think Soundtrack to 16 is a coming of age film. So I'd say we're like quite firmly in that genre. Although, it's kind of it's hard because a lot of people ask if it's like a teen film, and I actually don't know. I still feel like we're still working out quite who the audience is, whether it's because I think it does quite well with like older people, or like old generations who kind of like remember their teens, which is why I'd say it's more like coming of age than teen. But I think that's the period of life that we kind of enjoyed writing about.
And then our next film, Much Ado, is also kind of I guess it's kind of about teenagers as well. It's Shakespeare, so it's like not exactly like a coming of age. Well, I don't know. It's a comedy. But it's I think it's still kind of like in that same genre of like being about young people and that kind of, I don't know.
But I'd say like not necessarily teen because I was reading this article I thought was quite a good description of like the difference between like coming of age and teen. But like I think when the characters are kind of like unattractive in their teenageness, they're like that's quite coming of age. that's kind of, so I feel like in our characters are not always like attractive people necessarily in their like behaviors, or like their love interests are actually kind of, you know, other teenagers who are kind of losery and do you know what I mean? They're not like, it's not like Edward Cullen where you're like, oh, he's so good looking.
Yeah, I feel like
they're like actual teenagers where you're like, I wouldn't want to date this person. They're a teenager.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's kind of the difference.
Yeah, I feel like teen films, like it's almost like they're like the teenagers are actually adults. I mean, not even just the actors, but also I feel like the characters are quite often adults, just like in high school, because apparently that's what teenagers like, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think like when you actually said it in terms of coming of age, I think like obviously I'm in my 40s, so, and I still watch like films about like young teenagers and everything, because you think back to, because everyone has that moment where you know, where you feel a little bit insecure and you're not sure if you're going to be able to make it or be accepted. It kind of takes you back to that, but also that can happen all through life as well, that experience. So I guess it's a storyline that really hits you, and how someone comes out of that and grows, then whether it is teenagers acting or, you know, young adults or anything. So yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from.
It's really relatable, and we've all gone through it, and for those that are going to go through it, good luck. But yeah, you know, it's something that, you know, they either look forward to it and they'll feel like, well, I'm going to be different, but then we've probably all gone through the same cycle of emotions and not fitting in, and, you know, oh, I've got really bad skin today, and then, you know, it's just going to drag on for years until, you know, again, these are sorts of things that we all go through, and I think it's really good to have that relatable coming of age genre. So yeah, I really enjoy that. I think it's brilliant, and it does that comical side of it. It's just, again, it's relatable. So yeah.
I think when we were writing it, I kind of had, because I was like around that age, I kind of had those memories. Like it was almost, for me, it wasn't far back enough. I think like some of it I still found stressful, like the exam scenes. You know, it's like PTSD. You're like, oh god, I can't. I think my friends who watched that as well, who are a bit younger, some of them, like one of my friends actually cried, and she brought her little sister to the cinema who was about to have a history exam, and there's that scene where like this girl's like failing her history exam, and apparently she cried at that as well, and I was like, oh, I've just really stressed you guys out, I'm sorry. But yeah, but then you're like, anything else, it's always nice when people like get emotional, so
yeah.
Amazing.
So what's the most fun part of filmmaking for you ladies?
I think with Soundtrack to 16 I had a lot of fun on set, which I wouldn't say with our second film. I think I was too stressed, like just I had more to do. But with Soundtrack to 16,
you had way less to do on Soundtrack to 16.
Yeah, because I was just like, because I was just there as like the writer, so you don't really have to do anything. It was like I had loads of fun. But yeah, I think
I do enjoy being on set as well, actually.
Bit.
I think it's probably it might be my favorite bit, but I also really like editing, so
yeah. And I like doing the first, actually I can't even remember if when we watched the rushes of Soundtrack to 16, I think maybe we didn't do that, but with our second film, or maybe I didn't, but yeah, with our second film I really enjoyed that part, like when everything was settled down and you just got to watch the rushes and like do the first edit, because I think now we finished editing the second film, but we're on like number 50 or something, so that part of editing is starting to get kind of draining, but I think like the first edit is just so exciting. I love doing that.
Yeah. How about working together as sisters?
That's the worst bit.
What are the pros and cons of that? How much fun did you have, or are there times where you're like, oh, what's going on?
I think it's definitely a pro, because I don't think we'd be able to do it without each other. So yeah, I don't know.
I feel like a lot of my friends who are in film is like not a duo, which I guess thing. They keep saying how lucky we are, because they're like, oh, you have someone to rely on all the time, which is really nice, because I do feel like it's such a, like, I don't know, I think there's like so many times where you need someone to like pick you back up, and especially like even at the beginning of every day when you're like, one of you is just going to be more motivated than the other, and that's really helpful when that person just like pushes you.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys get that too, but we always like one of us. I guess it's unusual that we both have off days. Well, I mean, no, that's not unusual that we have off days together.
I thought you were going to say it's unusual we both have an on day.
That's true. But yeah, no, I mean, I guess, well, especially if we're on set, when we're on set together, like it's really only one of you is allowed to have an off day.
Yeah.
So, and knowing that like if it's really you that's having the off day, that it'll still be okay because the other one will pull it through.
Yeah, I think we can definitely resonate with that because I think we compensate for each other.
That vibe where okay, she's having an off day, let me fill in and let me do that bit more and get motivated.
And even you can have that real discussion with yourselves as well. So like if you are in a bit of a bad mood or you just feel that energy, it's like, whoa, it's like a no-go zone, like she's in a bad mood. And like you can actually have that and say, well, what's wrong? Okay, snap out of it. We've got to get a move on now. This is what we need to do. This is our dream. Yeah. So you can have that good kind of, there's that banter and that realness between yourselves because you're family as well as colleagues, and partners. So that always really does help to be able to just kick up the backside when you need to.
Yeah, and with writing as well, I feel like because we have all the same experiences, we all jump to the same references so quickly. Yeah. And it's really, that's really, like, I guess it's just efficient. And also, I guess, what was I going to say?
We have the same style as well. Yeah, and that's good when you're writing together. That you'll always get confused if like I ever like disagree with her. She's always like, "What? How did that happen?" But like I do think that's quite useful for when we don't automatically go in the same direction.
And that you don't really get offended if one of us doesn't like it. I guess, which I might do with someone else.
Yeah, I hate showing my stuff to other people. So it's quite good to have someone where it's like, I don't really care what you think.
Definitely.
So do you both do the writing and do the editing together, or do you find that one tends to do more and one focuses on the other? How does it work?
We usually kind of split it up, and then right now we're working on this pilot and we basically just like split the scenes in half. And it's like she'll do the first half and I'll do the second half or something.
But we do each stage together.
Yeah, and then we kind of go back over it.
Yeah, I mean, we write things together, we direct them together, and we edit them together. And so, I mean, it's not really like I'm more of the writer and she's more of the whatever,
Yeah. But you already know what's going to happen in the scenes before. Like,
but I mean, you
already made that.
I guess we're just taking different. I just meant like overview. We both do each job. Yeah. But like when we're writing together, we do. We don't like write it at the computer literally together. Yeah. We like take.
And it was just like weird. Like, and then he says hello, and then she says.
I was always trying to throw a ball back and forth, and
I have this vision of like this ideal world where we're throwing a ball back and forth and coming up with ideas. I feel like that's what it's supposed to be like, but Hillary doesn't like throwing.
She like throws a ball at me and she's like, "Have an idea." And I'm like, I don't have an idea.
I want to try that with you one day. Yeah.
Does that work for you?
As long as I don't throw the ball at you, but you catch it. That's the main thing. So, in terms of your film influences, what have been your influences today? I would say, what was the major point of where you saw certain films and thought, you know what, I want to make a movie? Were there any particular ones that you came across that ignited that passion?
Yeah, the soundtrack to 16 I feel like was quite influenced by like TV shows more than films, which it like even took us a while to work out because I feel like we've answered that question badly so many times.
Quite often
we just couldn't work out what it, because I don't know, I think sometimes you don't know what you're influenced by.
Yeah.
And later on you're like, oh wow, that does remind me of that show I used to watch, but you just didn't even have it in your head at the time.
Yeah. We think the TV shows, we did kind of watch these a bit as research as well, like Freaks and Geeks and My So-Called Life we watched at around the time we were writing it, kind of as a reference, I think. But then we kind of forgot that we'd done that afterwards.
Yeah.
And when people asked us, we were like, films, what films?
Yeah, because I think we were always trying to work out, but I mean, because a lot of it is like based on our own lives, but then I think a lot of it, like the style, kind of with like the voiceovers and stuff like that. Yeah, I think, and in-betweeners as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't say that too much, but yeah, I feel like those TV shows definitely.
Yep. Perfect. Good stuff.
Yeah. What would you say, like, if someone was interested in filmmaking and they wanted to go for their passion, but they were a bit fearful, they were, you know, kind of talking themselves out of it, and like I guess like you ladies in the beginning was like, okay, what's the next PhD, and kind of like putting it to the back burner and stuff. What would you say to someone who is struggling at the moment and just feeling, I can't do it? What would your advice be?
I feel like you need to find other people who are doing it, because like, and I feel like it took us ages to have more friends in film than just Ben initially. But I think it really helps when like even like some of our friends just be like, you know, oh, you can look at this like contract with my sales agent to, I mean, you know, yeah, like you can just share stuff, and that makes it so much easier to know what's normal. And I feel like if you don't have that like perspective, it's kind of confusing. You're like, yeah, I think that really helps.
Yeah, I just think if you find someone to do it with, I mean, even if it's not like a long-term partner, if you don't have a sibling or something, but I think just having friends that you can make films with, then
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, also it's so hard, and I just can't imagine going through it alone.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like, yeah, especially because there's just so much rejection in it, that like having people who are also going through that really helps, I think, because like I just feel like, yeah, friends in film are a bit better at understanding when you're like, oh, how was your day? Oh, I had a lot of rejection. They're like, yeah, me too. Whereas I think our friends who work like in normal jobs, they're just like, I don't know, I think, yeah, they haven't got the same, but then they give you other good perspective, obviously, but I think it's good to have other friends who are doing it.
So definitely having those people around you, that good group that you can kind of call on to support, especially, yeah. I mean, so within Soundtrack to 16, did you have like, were the main characters already actors, or were they more or less kind of background actors or friends? How did that work exactly?
Well, so we held auditions. So one of the characters, Megan, who's her best friend, was already our friend. But all the other main characters we auditioned. I mean, we auditioned her too, but we kind of like had her a bit in mind.
Yeah.
We just kind of advertised on like Star Now and Mandy, or like Casting Call Pro or whatever.
Yeah, I think for a lot of them it was their first film, but they'd done like short films, and some of them done TV before. Was Jamal's first film, wasn't it?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah,
Definitely done TV.
Yeah, but yeah, it was kind of a variation. But yeah, we didn't know, you know, almost. I mean, all the actors, all the extras and stuff were all our friends. But all the actors were people we hadn't met before on the auditions. Yeah, and I guess because they were all really young, because they were playing 16-year-olds, so we wanted to get people that were. I mean, mostly they were like 18, the actors, but they were all just kind of were in their last year of school.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they hadn't really gone very far with their careers yet at that point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely unlike a film like Grease, who they were a lot older but acting as high school students, so there was a big difference there. You got those that were actually within the age group, which is great. But we love Grease, so it's nothing against that. I absolutely love it. Watch it 1,000 times again.
So what's your vision for your future? I mean, have you got like, okay, this goal that you want to reach? What's your vision?
I guess we want Shakespeare to be big. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I feel like our ambitions are so high that it's hard to
hard to say them without it being very ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, like we want to keep writing and directing. But I think we'd also like Shakespeare's listeners to distribute. Well, we are already, but to distribute. Well, in the
already?
future. Well, we have distributed. Yeah, I
You
know.
can't say that.
Yeah, I guess I can't say that. But we're a production company. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go on then. You do it. You're up.
No, I guess we just want to grow our company. You know, we want to make more films, and yeah, like it'd be nice if one day we were also making films that other people were directing and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Budget stuff. That would be the next
Yeah.
step.
No, it's definitely very inspirational. And again, you know, there's a lot of people out there that have been finding it difficult to make their first film. They've either got a script just lying there, half written. I say that because I'm probably one of them. But anyway, that aside. But again, you know, but you girls have, you know, you've done it. And now you're in post-production of your second film, Much Ado. And now it's just going to keep evolving. So for me, that's absolutely inspirational, and you've clearly shown that even if you've got a pending PhD that you might want to finish, but again, if you're in an area that you're not sure that you want to do, okay, that's fine. We'll put that to one side. But again, you know, going through that, saying, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? And then just taking that complete diversion and going into film. For me, that's, and I guess for you as well, and for our viewers, that's something that, again, is just purely inspirational and something that can help someone really put their, put their gear into that drive mode, and then they can move forward with it. It's and it's a difficult decision to make. So, but you guys have proven
Respect to you both.
You can, total respect.
I think in a way, if I hadn't hated robotics so much, I would never have made the decision. It's almost kind of I had such a miserable PhD, because I mean, it's always like, it's never going to be the safe option or like the sensible option. So I feel like it got to the point where I was quite unhappy. So I started just like valuing happiness higher than safety. So it was sort of like, well, I want to do something where I'm going to be happy, and that seemed like really important by that point. But yeah, I guess I don't know. It's a pretty hard decision to make. So.
Awesome. You know, well done to you ladies. You both did it, and your second film is in post-production. And so where can our viewers find out more about both of you, and also, you know, watch your first film? Where can they go? Plug it.
It's on Amazon, Google Play, iTunes, Microsoft, and Sky Store.
Yeah, so just search Soundtrack to 16.
Yeah, it'll come up.
Yeah, and then our second film, Much Ado. I don't know. I guess you can find out about it a bit more on our website if you want, which is Shakespeare-sisters.com, or our Instagram is Shakespeare Sisters Film.
Perfect, amazing. Any final message that you've got for our viewers today? Anything special you want to share with them?
Well, other than watch our film.
Other than watch your film.
I'd like to share. What other messages? I mean, we're a bit of a one-track mind.
We've got something more.
Go on.
I don't know. Well, no, I guess just thinking about the kind of like, you know, doing what, like going into film thing, but I thought I was going to have something.
You thought by the time you started the sentence, the end would come out.
Yeah, or you might have found it. I mean, I want to encourage people to do it, I guess, if they want to. I think maybe you just know, you kind of know in yourself if you're capable of it. Maybe like just believe in yourself. Like,
it's quite good to like just put yourself in really bad situations and hope you get out of them. That's kind of what we've done sometimes. Not bad situations, but like you think like, I'm definitely not going to be able to manage that, and then you just like
sign up for it,
and then it's like, then it's kind of just happening to you, and then you just like get through it, and you've got some at the end.
Yeah.
So
even if you're worried about it, just lock in the dates, and then you'll make it happen. Otherwise, you like the fear of it not working.
I guess that way you get to learn about that resilience that you have. And again, you know, it could be like, you know, if you're trying to pitch your first film, and then they're like, you know, I think there's a lot of film networking groups that where, you know, they'll get you to pitch something, And then if they're like, no, don't want to know, but then you get better at it because you start to learn from it. What do they want to hear about? And then, or eventually they're like, I'm not going to pitch, I'm just going to make my film, and then you guys can see it for yourself. But it's again, you start to learn that resilience about yourself. But yeah, a good point there. Throw yourself into that deep end and swim. Yeah.
Definitely. Love it. That was a great end message.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, girls, for being part of the show. Again, so much inspiration, so much that we've got from that, and I hope you've enjoyed the show too.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Nice to talk to you.
Absolutely. Okay, so it'll be bye from us, and we'll speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome back, guys. I'm sure you got a lot of inspiration from that interview.
Really inspirational.
Cut her off there. Whoops.
Yeah, she's used to it. She always does that.
Yeah, this is true.
Anyway, it was a great interview, and it just goes to show that just go and do it. Just take that plunge and
make the movie.
Yeah,
make the movie. Go for your dreams.
They're doing it. So
absolutely. Yeah. And again, you don't necessarily have to have, I've got to have these amazing actors, of A-list actors on there. You can do it within your small groups, and who knows what that opens a pool of different talents, different interests, and before you know it, you might have your films at film festivals, or you might even just have them showcasing, if you want to, going straight to Netflix, YouTube, whatever.
Just start from where you are.
Absolutely. We got a lot from that, and I'm sure you did too. Don't forget to follow us for more information on these sisters. Again, you can follow them on their Instagram at Shakespeare Sisters Films, and you can also follow us at our new Instagram page, which we've put together now, for at RIME Entertainment Official, or also our existing RIME Entertainment Showcase page at sisters_in_rhyme. And remember, RIME, how do you spell it? RIME. Okay, great, guys.
So we've got another great interview lined up for next month. Another one that's just going to inspire you.
And you're going to get a lot of information.
Yeah,
there's a lot of information in that one.
So stay tuned for that, coming real soon.
Okay.
And I guess we have to sign out now and say goodbye.
Bye from me.
Bye from me too.
Take care. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Stay tuned for more RIME Entertainment Showcase.